What's up, everyone? Another beautiful day in Dubai. Happy Friday, everyone. It's around 9 o'clock. It's about 100 degrees. So the weather's not that bad. I mean, 100 degrees is still considered pretty not that bad here. Yeah, so anyhow, let me share a little story. When I used to grow up, I used to be a mall rat. I used to love being in the mall like every day. It was just like my go-to. And I think it was really my escape, from reality because I used to live in a very impoverished Section 8 neighborhood, and I never wanted to stay there. I've always wanted to just not be in that area, so I used to always just leave to the mall, or have, every chance I would get, I would just go to the mall. And the one thing about the mall is beautiful. I mean, I would hang out there, I would meet everyone there, all my friends there. Uh, Many people knew me. Actually, I knew like almost everyone at the mall, and this is back in the 80s and 90s, though. So if you know the mall scene back then, it was just that was the place to be. Some of the stores I could mention to you, but I'm not sure if you guys would know it, unless you're my age. But there was like Art Julius, there was Walden Books, there was Another Universe, there was what else? There was Time Out, the arcade that I used to always spend literally 4 or 5 hours a day playing Street Fighter. So I think Street Fighter Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Mortal Kombat were my games. I mean, when I'm saying my games, I mean like no one could beat me. I was just so competitive, and I mean, I would just play for hours and hours, competing with so many people, and no one could beat me. That's how good I was back then, and that's how much time I would spend in the mall, by the way. But yeah, so kind of like growing up around the area, I just in the mall area, the mall scene, I just loved it, you know. And like fast forward now, it's like, it's like being back in the mall scene, like kind of the mall, because the mall is the essence of Dubai. It's like where everyone goes. It's where you get your shopping done. It's where you find the best restaurants. It's where you entertain the kids. It's where you go for medical services if you want. Everything is at the mall. Now, obviously, it makes sense because it's so hot here. Indoors is where you want to be. So, I think Dubai intentionally made these malls so beautiful and so big and so spacious that you just feel very welcomed, and great. It's a great place. I mean, great infrastructures. In fact, I don't think any mall in the world will compare to Dubai malls. I mean, the best mall I can compare is like back in Virginia. We have a mall called Tyson's Mall. Tyson's Mall and Galleria. They are considered like the most prominent malls in that whole region. But if you took those malls and you brought them here to Dubai, they would be like a hole in the wall. Really, they would be like nothing. They would be like the most smallest and insignificant mall here in Dubai. That's how beautiful these malls are in Dubai. But yeah, but that being said, it's great to be back in the malls, because when I actually grew up, it was the place where you would meet all your friends, right? You would meet all your friends. Back then, there was no cell phones, so if you wanted to communicate, you would actually get on your landline. I mean, like the wall that was stuck to the wall, and you would make calls to your friends, and you would meet up at the malls. You know, back then there was no text messaging, there was no social media. It was just all face-to-face, conversations. Back then you'd actually have to explain or tell people how you feel face to face. Nowadays people do it over the messaging, which is whatever. That's not the way to do it, man. But yeah, I mean, it's good too because my kids get to actually experience the mall here. The malls, they actually get to experience how the malls really felt like back home, you know, 10, 15 years ago. But they don't grow up with that now. I mean, people in America don't really grow up with the malls anymore because, I mean, ever since post-pandemic, the malls have been closing one by one. And I think that might be an advent to like companies like Amazon where you can just order anything now, it comes to your doorstep in like one day or a few hours. So people got very lazy and very complacent where it just, I mean, obviously it's more convenient now. So technology in a way has kind of, in a way, it's good and bad, right? But I think one of the good things about technology also is that growing up back in the 80s and 90s, we would just have basically like, if you wanted to go somewhere, like if you really want to go somewhere far, you'd actually have to go to like a 7-Eleven, like a mini mart store, and you'd actually have to purchase a map. And there was like a handful of maps there. You'd actually have to purchase the map according to the region that you want to travel to. So then you purchase this map, and then you actually go sit in front of your car with your friends or your family, and you're mapping. You're actually looking at the map, and you have a pen in your hand, a marker in your hand, and you're mapping out your whole, step-by-step travel itinerary, how to get there, where to stop for food, and that took about 30 minutes, maybe even more sometimes, to plan it out, right? And by the way, I'm not sure if you've seen these maps, but if you Google maps, like old maps back in the days of travel, they were so small. Like, I swear to you, man, they were like so tiny. All the roads were so tiny, and so like you literally need like a magnifying glass to actually look at all the routes and the exits and everything. But so that back then, that's how it was, right? But then, of course, after that came MapQuest. MapQuest came out, and then that was where you can actually see directions, and you could print them out, whether it was 1 page or 2 page or 3 pages, and then you actually have to look at this map, or I'm sorry, this instruction form, whether it's you doing it or the passenger doing it. But it made life so much easier. Now, of course, today we have GPS, which is completely different. It's probably the best technology in the world, especially when you're traveling. But yeah, everything is good. It's a beautiful day in Dubai, as mentioned, and let me know if you guys actually want to see anything in Dubai, want me to record anything for you guys. If you have any questions about Dubai, like I said, I'm fairly new here. I've been here a handful of times since 2012, but the fact that I'm living here now, it's a little quite different because I get to really, really experience the day-to-day life. So if you guys have any suggestions or recommendations, or just let me know. But for now, peace. Have a great day.